Hope you're all doing good. Welcome back to SQL training. Today is day 5 of our program. Okay, before we start with today's concepts, let's do a quick recap on what we had discussed yesterday. We spoke about foreign key constraint. So, foreign key of one table references the primary key of another table. It is a way of doing data validation. To make an entry into a table, if you want to make sure that only valid data is entered for a particular column, by cross-checking another table, you can cross-reference, okay? So foreign key of one table references the primary key of another table. And only valid data will be allowed to insert into the table. So we had seen different options, all the options on why it would fail, when it would fail, and if at all the constraint is not getting applied, how do we fix those issues? All that we had discussed in the previous session. Then we spoke about check constraint. So in this case, we wouldn't be cross-referencing some other table to validate the data being entered. However, we will put some constraint which will be referenced. I mean, there itself, we are going to check something. So for example, if you're, yesterday we took enrollment into a school. Okay, we wanted to put in a constraint on the age. Only people greater than 15 years of age should be allowed to enroll. Okay, or entry of the price of an item, sales price of an item into the sales table. The sales price cannot be 0 or less than 0. It has to be greater than 0. So when you would want to make sure that incorrect data is not being entered into a column for any row, you can put a check constraint. We are not referencing any other table, but here itself we check the data. Then we spoke about different DDL commands. Create, which is used to create the table. So DDL stands for data definition language. Right? It defines the table, defines the structure. Only thing you need to remember is DDL commands are those commands which deal with the structure of the table. Okay, they will create the structure, alter the structure, or delete the structure. Okay, so what are the DDL commands? Create, used to create the table. Alter, which is used to make any modifications to the structure, like maybe insert a new column or delete an existing column, change the name of a column, change the data type of a column, or maybe add a constraint like primary constraint, which we might have forgotten during initial creation, or which we feel earlier was not necessary, but now it is required. You don't have to drop the table and recreate it. You can simply alter it and add a primary key constraint, foreign key constraint, which we saw yesterday. Okay, you can also add unique key constraint, check constraint, not null constraint, give a default value. All these can be done using the alter command also. After having created the table, you can alter it. Then, if we don't need the table at all, completely delete the table, drop the table. That is where drop will come into picture. Truncate will also internally drop the table and then create an empty table for us. So we had understood the difference between drop, truncate, and delete also. Yesterday, we had a detailed discussion about it. So anybody who's having still any confusion on what is the difference between drop, truncate, and delete, you refer to the last 10-15 minutes of yesterday's recording, you will get to know about it. Okay, so this is what we had done in the previous class. Now today we will focus on the DQL command. DQL stands for data query. Data, Q is for query, query language. So we would be querying the data present in various tables. We would be retrieving the data present in various tables using the query command. What is the data query command? We have only one, that is select. Select the data from the table. And there are many things that we can do while selecting the data. Depending on exactly what we might want to select, there are many options that we can use. Today we will focus on basic select statement, how to use the distinct clause, what is order by clause and its purpose and how do we use it, the limit clause. We will also talk about offset over here, and we will look into the aggregate functions. So as a data analyst or as a data scientist, most of the time you would be retrieving data from the tables, from various databases. You would be retrieving the data, and using that data, you will be creating visualizations. You will be building prediction models. So this is the most important statement. Okay, how to retrieve the data that we need for the analysis. Rather than simply bringing all the data, how do we target only certain amount of data? How do we fetch the data? Okay, so this will be the agenda for today. Now, I'm using a MacBook today just to show you all how to work with it. Here is my PG admin tool, which I installed today on this machine. It is similar to that of a Windows installation. Only thing is the place where we choose Windows, while installing, we use Mac option. Now here, we are prompted to give the password as always. And once I enter the password and click on OK, you can see the servers. There is only one server here. Again, it's prompting me to give my password. And I will ask to save the password so that next time it doesn't keep prompting me. Okay. So we have databases under the Postgres 15 server that I have installed on this machine. There is already going to be one default database with the name Postgres. This we are aware of. So if I might want to create another database, I can just go here and create the database. I will create one with the name training. And I'm going to save this new database present under that server. Now I will open the query tool. So what am I connected to? How do I know which database I'm connected to? I need to check here. I'm connected to the database with the name training as Postgres, which is my user ID, super user. And the server that I am on is PostgreSQL 15. Okay, so this is the database name. This is very important. Okay, database name. This is the name of the user. And this is the name of the server. Okay, this we need to remember. I had mentioned it earlier also a couple of times, giving you a recap now. Okay. So, because this is absolutely new for me, I mean, I have installed it today on my Mac. I'm going to take the commands, okay, and create the tables. So we are going to talk about up to aggregate functions today. We may not have time for group, but up to aggregate. But for that, I need to have a table. So I'm going to create a table. Okay, I'm going to create a table with the name employee, and it has all of these columns where ID is the primary key and it is an auto incremented column, and this is my data. Now let's say I would like to, I forgot to add salary. Let's say while defining the table, I forgot to add a column with the name salary where the salary of the employee will be stored. So what can we do? We can simply alter the structure of the table using the alter command, correct? We don't have to drop the table and recreate it. We can simply alter it. So now if I go to schemas and go to tables and check the columns under the employee table, you can see it has salary also. All of them are present. Okay. And do we have any data here? We do not have any data here because I just created the table, but I have not put any data inside that table. Okay, you can see ID is the primary key of data type integer and the rest of them. Now I'm going to write a few insert statements in order to insert the data. So this is single insert, right? When you're giving one record at a time and trying to insert the data, it is called as single insert. Only one record, this particular record will be inserted. Okay. Here. Okay. And what is bulk insert? When in a Go, we provide multiple records for insertion. That is where we can do bulk insert. So here, 3 records in one go, I'm inserting into the table. If you look at the structure, I have not inserted location and I have not inserted ID. So what will happen? It is automatically going to generate the ID because it is an automatically incremented number, serial, and then it is taking the default location as Hyderabad. Okay. What if I might want to enter data for employees who belong to various other locations? In that case, I have to specify location also. So here I'm going to run this command as well. And now let us see what is the data that we are going to be working with. This is the data. We're going to be working with this data where we have 7 records for different employees with different ages who belong to different locations, 2 different departments, and their salary. This is the data we will be working with, and we will try to understand all the commands under today's discussion using this data. Okay, so my data setup is ready. The first topic we are going to talk about today is of course, we need to know the select command, right? We need to know the select command, basic select. So as I was telling in previous sessions, select has at least 2 values that we are supposed to provide. Select what and from where. Let's say I want to select the names of different locations present in this table. So I would like to select the column location from the table employee. This is the syntax. When I do this, what will it do? Is it will give me the names of all the locations present in the employee table. And let's see what exactly it does. Now you should be little familiar with this data. So I'm showing you the data down here. Remember that we have data for 7 people, different names. We have people from 25 years of age to 40 years of age. Youngest person, Ravi, is 25 years old, and the eldest person, Manoj and Shilpa, are 40 years old, respectively. We have some of them from Hyderabad, some of them from Bangalore. One person is from Chennai, different departments and salaries. So the minimum salary being offered to an employee is 30,000, which is going to Ravi. And the highest salary that we are offering is 60,000. And Raja Roy is getting that salary. Okay, I'm just trying to get you all familiar with this data. So here, I'm not asking for all the columns present in the table. I just would like to see the data present in the location column of the employee table. When I run this command, you can see how it is limiting the options, right? It's just showing me location, not everything else. Okay. However, repetitively, it is showing me the location. We have 4 employees who belong to Hyderabad. We have 2 employees from Bangalore and 1 employee from Chennai. And what's happening? It is repeating each and every occurrence. Each and every occurrence of the location that is present in the table. Now, this may not be necessary. We just are interested in knowing from which all locations we have employees working in our organization. That's it. So if I just get the output as Hyderabad and Bangalore and Chennai, that's more than enough. It need not be repetitive, right? Once if I see Hyderabad, I know that there are people from Hyderabad. That's more than enough for me. So what to do? How do we tell the SQL server to give us only unique values, distinct values, by simply using the keyword, the clause distinct? So instead of select location from employee, I will tell select distinct location from employee. Distinct location from employee. When I run this, you can see how it's showing me only the distinct values, not all of them. So let's see, this time I want to select distinct departments from employee table. I would like to see what are all the departments available or present in this company. What are all the different departments present? So when I run this, it will show me departments. There is one department IT and there's another department HR. Now, what if I would like to know how many departments are there? I'm not interested in what are those departments. I just need to know how many departments are there in this organization. How to get the count? How many? How do we get that information? So I'll have to say select count of department from employee. Okay, count of department. Now, what will this do? It will count each and every occurrence of every department, and it's saying 7. Okay, it is like this. When I say select department from employee, it is going to fetch all, right? Everything. Repetitive. Even if something is repeating, it's going to fetch everything. HR, IT. And when I say count department, it is going to count these departments. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it gave me the answer as 7. Again, that is not what we are interested in. We would know how many departments are there, distinct departments. Repetitive values need not be counted. So how do I tell it? Get me the count of distinct departments, not all, distinct departments. All I need to do is go here and use the word distinct, right? Over here, when I wanted distinct departments, I told distinct departments. So when I want the count of distinct departments, that is exactly what needs to be mentioned over here. Select the count of distinct department from employee. And when I run this query, it's going to show me that there are 2 distinct departments. Okay. Now, what is it showing? It is giving the name as count because the aggregation is count, and the data type it has taken by default big integer. So it uses a lot of space to store that integer, and it's saying 2. How about changing this name to something more meaningful? Instead of saying count and big int, how about giving it a slightly more meaningful name, which is called as an alias name? Okay, how do I give it an alias? An alternate name rather than just leaving it as count and big int. So to provide an alias name, we use as. Okay, select the distinct count of departments and store it as, call it or name it, give it a name as, let's say, number of departments. Okay, I want to call it number of departments from the employee table, of course. So when I run this, you can see it's not just telling me count now. Instead of count, it is saying this is number of departments, 2. Slightly more meaningful than what was earlier, simply saying count. Now we're saying this is the number of departments. So that is the purpose of distinct. It is something that will help us obtain the unique values present in that column, in that table. Not just looking at all the unique values. If necessary, we can also count the unique occurrences of those values. Like in this case, we managed to understand how many departments are there in that organization. Okay, suppose you might want to know how many employees are there, you can get it. From how many locations we have employees, you can get it. Okay, so you just have to tweak the query accordingly. You all try it out, figure out how many employees are there in this organization. Count the number of employees, distinct employees. Okay. So after distinct, we will now proceed to understand about the order by clause. So we saw the distinct clause. Okay, if you would like to write a comment in PostgreSQL, if you would like to write a comment explaining the query, you have to enclose the comment like this. /*, write the comment, again */. That is how comments are written. Okay. Next, we are going to talk about something called as the order by. We're going to talk about the order by clause. These are all clauses, okay? Distinct clause, order by clause, group by clause, having clause. They are called clauses. So what will order by do? Okay, distinct was fetching as the unique values, right? It is to fetch the unique values or to count the unique values depending on how you use it. This is fetching the unique departments and locations. This is counting the unique departments. So depending on how you have written, it fetches unique values or it is used to count the unique values. Now, what about order by clause? It is something that is used to basically sort the data. Okay, what does it mean when I say I would like to sort the data? It means to arrange the data in a particular sequence. To arrange the data in a particular sequence. It could be either ascending order, that is increasing order, or it could be in descending order, that is decreasing order. D for descending, D for decreasing. That is how I memorized it as a child. Okay, so descending order means decreasing order. Decreasing means high to low. Ascending order means increasing order, low to high. We all know that. So let's see the implementation of order by clause. Let's say I'm going to select the first name of employees from the employee table. I need to see only the first name of the employees. So when I run this query, it's going to show me the list of first names. And what is the sequence in which the names are getting arranged here? The sequence in which I entered them. So Ravi was the first employee for whom we made an entry. Then Priya, Mohan, Manoj, Akhil, Raja, Shilpa, so on. Now I want them to be arranged in alphabetical order. So what to do? I will have to tweak this. Select the first name from employee and then order it by the first name. The moment I use order by clause, let's see what will happen. Let's see whether it's going to go in ascending order or will it go in descending order. Let's figure out what is the default sequence. When I run this query, so now you can figure it out by yourself, right? What is the sequence in which it is displaying the names of the employees? It is going in ascending order, alphabetically increasing order, A, M, P, R, S. Right? So alphabetically, it is going in increasing order. And if two names start with the same character, it will again sort it on the second character. Manoj came before Mohan. If both the first two characters are the same, it will sort on the third character. Raja came before Ravi. Okay, so it is going in alphabetical order, increasing alphabetical. What if I want it in reverse alphabetical order? May not be like this, but I want it in reverse alphabetical order. So I will simply do this and give the sequence as DESC, descending. When you do not mention any order, it goes in ascending order, increasing order. And when we mention a sequence, it goes in descending order. Means if you specify DESC, descending, then it goes in descending. And when I run this query, you can see how it is in reverse alphabetical order. Everything reverse. Okay, if the first character matches, the second character reverse. Okay. So this was simple alphabetical order, right? Either you go from A to Z or you use the keyword descending and you go from Z to A. Now, what if you have to do it based on some other field? How can I select the employees and order them by their age? I want the youngest employee to the oldest employee to be listed out in that sequence by their age. Then I'll have to say, select first name is what I want from employee, order by age. I would like to now sort this data by age. So when I run this command, you can see the names. Now this is weird. We don't know whether it has actually sorted by age or not, right? We are seeing the names, but did it actually sort it by age? How to figure out? We'll only if I include age also, if I show the age also, then we can understand whether or not it is arranging the employees in an order by their age. So we can see Ravi is 25 years old. Then we have 26, 28, two people with 35 years of age and two people with 40. Now, again, if you might want this in the other way around, if you want it in Descending order, you can simply mention DESC, and you will notice how when I run this command, this sequence will be reversed. The sequence is reversed. So we can see that there are a few employees whose age is the same, 40. Mohan and Raja are 35. Manoj and Shilpa are 40. So can we give multiple fields over here based on which we might want to sort our data? We can do that. I want first name and age from employee ordered by age and then by first name. Okay, and I'm not mentioning the sequence, so both will go in ascending order. Let's run this and check. Now look at this, it is in ascending order. Mohan before Raja and Manoj before Shilpa. Ascending order, names also ascending order. If I change this and let's say descending. So what happens is, first it will order based on the first field. Okay, it will sort the data based on age, which is the first field. It will only sort it by age. In case of a clash, in case there are two people with the same age, only when there is a clash, it looks for the second field. And if we have provided the second field, those members which are having a clash, they will be sorted accordingly. Okay, so when I run this, let me run it. You see what is happening now. As long as the age is unique, it went in ascending order. But when I came across those employees where there is a clash, two employees aged 35, now the names are going in descending order. Shilpa and Manoj, two employees with the same age. So then it goes to second level. Second level sort is done and it's sorting the employees. Shilpa first, Manoj next. Okay, if I remove this, ascending order, right? When there is a clash, it will go in increasing order. M comes before R alphabetically. M comes before S alphabetically. So accordingly, it's getting sorted. So it is also possible to perform second level sort, third level sort. Okay, you can even put another field there. So that is about how to arrange the data in a particular sequence using the order by clause. You can go in ascending order, which is the default order, or you could go in descending order. Now, can we select all the columns and still be able to sort? Right, for now, we are selecting only those columns which matter to us, based on which we are sorting our data and all. Can we select all the columns while we still retain the order by clause and sort the data? We can do that. How do we select all the columns in one go without having to mention the list of columns? We use star, right? So if I say select star from employee order by age, let's try only this. So what will happen? It's going to give me the complete list of records of all the employees ordered by age. And it just goes in increasing order. Okay, it's going in increasing order of age. In the case of a clash also, it's going in increasing order. All right, now I'll change this. Order by age and then comma salary. I want it to be ordered by age and salary. So we see that there are two employees with the same age, Raja and Mohan, and look at the salary, 60 and 40K. Okay, we have Raja before Mohan like this, 60 and 40K. Then Manoj is there and Shilpa is there of age 40. Look at the salary, 45,000 and 44,000. Okay, so when I run this query, what will happen? It is going in ascending order, right? Ascending order by age and ascending order by salary also. So ascending order by age, and when I come across two members with the same age, ascending order by salary, 40 and 60, ascending order by age, and in case of a clash, it goes to the next field salary and it's arranging it in ascending order by salary. Therefore, we have it like this. So we can use any field in the order by clause in order to arrange the data, sort the data in a particular sequence. Okay, so I hope order by clause is also clear. We discussed about distinct clause, which will allow us to fetch unique values. If we use it along with count, then it will allow us to count the unique values. Then we discussed about order by clause, whose purpose is to arrange the data by sorting it in a particular sequence. Let me quickly check for your questions. I'm connecting to YouTube. And then we'll continue with the other part of the session. All right. Okay, Vishal, you're there in the session today, then I will show you. Yeah, that is why I connected through Mac, so that I can show you how to set the binary path. Real is nothing but float, Swapnil. Real means it's just a float. It will take both integers as well as decimal numbers. Both will be accepted. Okay, I think most of you have that question. Real means what? Real is a combination of all numbers, integers and decimals. What is a schema? Schema is like you have a database. Within the database, there is a schema inside which there are tables. So schema is like a logical structure of all the tables put together. It's the structure within the database. Priyanka. Then, yeah, logical structures. So Vishal and Sarika answered it. Can alias attributes be turned into primary or unique key? No, you are just storing it for that one particular instance, right? The field itself can be primary key. No, that I think you cannot. Vishal, I'll check on it and get back. As far as I know, we cannot. Okay, why Raja came before Mohan? Why Raja came before Mohan? You would have understood this, I think, right? Swapnil, is it clear why Raja came before Mohan earlier? It depends on how you are arranging it. So only in case of a clash, it goes to second level sorting. Over here, you can see Mohan is before Raja because it is in increasing order. But if I go and specify descending over here, then I'm altering the sequence, not of the age, but of only the first name. So in case of a clash, it goes like this. Okay. If age one who is younger but salary more than the elder one, then how it shows according to age or salary? It depends on what sequence you have mentioned over here. Okay, Sarath? It depends on what sequence you have mentioned. If first you're going with age, so the priority will be given to age. It is going to sort the data by age. Only when there are two people with the same age, okay, only when there is a clash, it looks for what is the second field on which I'm supposed to sort the data. Salary. That is when for these two employees with a clash, it will go and sort based on salary. Okay, Sarath, I hope it's clear. So it first goes with the sequence only. Suppose I change this sequence. Okay, let's say I give salary first and then I give age. Now what will happen? How will this query run or give me the output? So it's going to arrange the employees in ascending order by salary. You can see 30,000, 32, 40, 42, 44, 45, 60. Are there any two employees with the same salary? There are no two employees with the same salary. In case there was a clash, then it would have looked for the age. I hope it's clear. Okay. All right. So that was about the order by clause. We shall now move to the next part. And so I'm going to complete the concept, and again I will go to YouTube and check your questions. Okay, for now I am away from YouTube. Okay, we are going to look at the limit clause. Now, what is the purpose of limit? Limit is used to put a limit on the number of records to be fetched. When I say select star from so-and-so table, it is bringing all the records from that table. All the records are being fetched and displayed. But with limit, what we can do is, we can put a limit on the number of records that are supposed to be fetched. We may not want to bring everything. So limit is like putting a filter. Okay, it's like putting a filter and telling, don't bring me everything. Get me only top 3 records. Get me only top 10 records. Okay, get me only the first record. So limit is to eliminate what is not required and get only what we need, only the number of records that we need. So this is to put a limit on the number of records to be fetched. And I'm going to close the comment. Okay, when you open the comment, you need to remember to close it. Now, let's run a few queries and try to understand this concept. I will say select star from employee and I will say limit 3. So what will it do? Again, you all know the data that we are working with. You know that there are 7 records. Okay, and we have ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have the names and age and salary, all these things. Now I'm saying select star from employee, limit 3. What will this query do? It will fetch the top 3 records in a sequence, not based on any criteria. Not like the oldest employees or the youngest employees or high salaried employees or those employees getting low salaries, nothing like that. It is just fetching the first 3 rows in the same sequence in which they were inserted. First 3 records. Now let's say I want to fetch top 3 employees based on their salary. Let's try. So I will say select star from employee. Then what to do if I want top 3 employees by salary? I need to arrange them in a sequence. I will use order by salary. And then let me directly say limit 3. Will this give me top 3 or not? I don't know. Let's figure out. Will it give us top 3 or not? Let's logically break it down. We are saying order it by salary. How does the order by clause work? If you do not mention any sequence, what is the default sequence in which the data will be sorted or arranged by the order by clause? Ascending order. So if it's going to organize my data order by salary in ascending order, that means low to high. Ascending means what? Lowest to the highest, low to high. Isn't it? So it's going to arrange the data in such a way that the employee with the least salary will be at the top of the list. Employee with the highest salary will go towards the bottom of the way my records are arranged, right? And if I run this query and say limit 3, is it going to fetch the top 3 employees by salary? No. It's going to fetch the bottom 3 employees by salary. So let's see that. Which happens to be again Ravi, Priya and Mohan itself. It's just a coincidence that Ravi, Priya and Mohan 1, 2, 3 itself are having the least salaries. Okay. How do I get those employees with the topmost salaries? I have to change the way I'm going to order my data. I will make it descending. Now, what will order by do? It's going to arrange the list of records in descending order by salary. Decreasing order means what? The person with the highest salary will be at the top and the person with the least salary will be at the bottom. It's going in descending order, high to low. After arranging it from high to low in descending order, when I use limit 3, it's going to get 3 employees from that list which is already arranged in descending order by salary, which means it is going to fetch me the top 3 employees now. Raja, Manoj and Shilpa, 60,000, 45,000 and 44,000 respectively. These are the top 3 employees by salary. Okay, when this keyword descending was not mentioned, data itself was sorted in ascending order, increasing order by salary. And when we take the top 3, it is basically those employees with the least salaries. After I have restructured, rearranged them in descending order, then if I put limit 3, it's going to fetch the top 3. I hope you all understood this point. Now let's say I want those employees. Okay, try to figure out what this will do. I'll write a query. Select star from employee, order by age, limit 5. Order by age. That's all. No sequence is mentioned. So this will order the employees' data based on their age in ascending order, increasing order. Limit 5 means I will get the youngest 5 employees, right? This is going to fetch me the youngest 5 employees from all the list of employees, those with the minimum age, youngest. What if I need the oldest 5 employees data? I will have to mention descending. So when I do this, okay, look at this. This is youngest, 25 to 35. If I run this command, it will be the other way, 40, 40, 35, 35, and 28. By age, the oldest employees is what we have obtained. Okay. Now let's say I would like to select from employee, all the columns from employee. I'm going to order by age and then by salary and then limit, let's say 3 or 4, 3. What will this do? It's going to arrange the employees. First, I will run it till here, okay? I will run only this much without limit. Let's understand this. So first it is arranging them by age and then by salary in ascending order. Age is also increasing order. Salary is also increasing order. So when, meaning age is increasing order. When there is a clash in the age, that is when salary will be in increasing order. Now if I say limit 3, these 3 people, the youngest and their salaries. If I say limit 4, the youngest and their salaries. Okay, so this is how we can even use multiple fields and then fetch exactly what we might want rather than fetching the entire data. So it was more like a recap on limit only, on order by itself, right? We're more like focusing on order by. We are arranging it in a sequence. After we put our data in the sequence that we would want it to be, after we arrange it in a sequence, after that we are putting the limit. On top of that, we are putting limit, thereby limiting the amount of records that will be given as output. Okay, we will not take everything. We will take only what we need, top n, maybe 3, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 100, maybe 1,000, maybe 1,000,000, but we are going to specify the number using limit. And whatever number we specify here, those many records will be fetched and given to us. Okay, now let's say I simply want to get the first record. Okay, simply want to get the first record. So I will say select star from employee, limit 1. Just the first record will come, the first record with order ID 1. Okay, there is one more thing that we can do. So, okay, let's say I want to get this data from employee table, limit 1, and there is something called as offset. Okay, offset is like an index number. The first row will have an offset of 0. Second row will get the offset 1. Third row's position is indicated by the offset, which will be 2. So offset is like index. Index means, okay, sorry, let me not use the word index here because indexes are different in SQL. Okay, offset is like an identification number given to every row. Think of it like that. It talks about the position. Okay, it talks about the position and the positional value starts from 0. So the position of the first row is indicated with offset 0. The position of the second row is indicated with offset 1. Third row has an offset of 2. Fourth row will have an offset of 3. Okay, so how does this help? How is offset going to help us? If I say offset 0, what will this do? It will give me the same output when I run it. Why? I'm telling, starting with the 0th record, which is nothing but the first row, which has an offset of 0, give me 1 row, limit 1. So it gives the first record. Suppose I say limit 2. starting from the first row, which has an offset of 0, give me 2 rows. It will give me the first 2 records in this case, the first 2 records. Okay, now tell me this. I will say select, let's say only ID, first name and last name. These are the 3 columns that I need from the employee table, which I am going to order by ID, and I want limit 3 and offset 3. Let's break it down and understand what this will do. Okay, so it's going to fetch not all the columns star. No, it's going to fetch only ID, first name and last name. These are the 3 columns I'm interested in from the employee table. Order by ID means in increasing order of the identification number. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the identification number. So in increasing order of that. Limit 3. If I run it till here, it's going to give me the first 3 rows. Let me run and show it. Will not use offset. I will run it only till limit 3. So it's going to give me the first 3 rows, the 3 columns that I asked for, ordered by their identification number, limit 3, so first 3 rows. Now, if I mention offset 3, what will happen? Offset 3 will point SQL to which row in the table? Offset 3 will point us to the 4th row in the table. So beginning from the 4th row, it will fetch 3 rows. Beginning at the 4th row, offset 3 meaning beginning at the 4th row, it will fetch the next 3. So it will bring the 4th, the 5th and the 6th. It is going to bring me the 4th and the 5th and the 6th. So let me run this now and show you. You see that 4th and the 5th and the 6th. So when you want to specifically target certain records and take them, because if you simply say limit, it will bring you in a sequence, right? But let's say you just want to go to the nth record. You want to go to maybe the 100th record, and from there you want to fetch maybe 10 records. Okay, you want to go to the 100th record in the table. From there you want to see the next 10 records, 100, 101, 102, 103. Then you have to mention offset 99, which will point us to the 100th record, and then limit of 10. So that is offset. I hope offset is clear. Let me check your questions now. Second highest salaried person, we will do that as one of the use case when we get to advanced topics. Okay, so you can do it like this, order by salary, isn't it? So Sandeep, you're asking me second highest by salary. So you order it by salary then. Order it by salary, limit 1, offset, second highest, right? Offset 1. So what will this do? Let me include salary also over here. Select ID, first name, last name, salary from employee, order by salary. When you do this, what happens? It's going to order the employees by salary, and you wanted second highest salary, right? So this should be descending order. Now we'll run only this part of the query. Okay. When we run this part of the query, you can see. So now you want the second highest salary. So you would say limit 1, offset 1. If I run till limit 1, what will happen? It will give me the record of that employee who's getting the highest salary. Okay. I'm getting the name of the employee who's getting the highest salary. Now, if I say offset 1, then I'm pointing to the second record. You see, second highest salary is 45,000, which is being given to Manoj. Okay, I hope Sandeep, this is clear. All right. Select star from employee, order by age, salary limit 3, 5. Can we do this also? Limit 3, 5. No, limit. After limit, you can have only one number. You can't have 3, 5. Okay, Manpreet, you can't put 3 and then comma 5. No. Offset is indicating the position of a member in the table. The first row is given an offset of 0. Offset 0 means it would point to the first record. Offset 1 means it will point to the second record. So Suraj, I think with this example, it might be clear to you, right? Where we have taken order by salary in descending order. These are the salaries. Now, how do you point to the second row here? You have to specify offset 1. Now, what if I want to get the third highest salary? I want to know the third highest salary. Then I'll have to mention offset as 2. Because offset of 2 will point to the third row. Limit 1, only the third highest salary. So limit 1. When I run this, the output is going to be 44,000, as you can see. So I hope offset is clear now. Okay. How to get the last record of the table using limit? Go in reverse order. Okay, Priyanka, just go in reverse order. Order by, you change it. You have ID, right? Limit 1 will give you first one. Now you go in descending order in the other way. Yeah, Kiran, you can say it acts like index in other tools, correct. So our Facebook link has been shared with you all. Learners, I request you all to join us on the Facebook page. And those of you who have not yet subscribed to the channel, I request you all to subscribe. The link has been given to you by our team. And if you're finding these sessions helpful, it will be very kind of you to hit the like button also, because that lets us know whether or not you're liking the session. Okay, and we will know whether things are going well or not. Because not even 10% of the people are liking it, which is a little disturbing. So I would request you all, if you're finding some value add from the sessions, please do like it and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. It would be a huge motivation. Very randomly, we can't get like that, Sriram, middle second record. No, you need to have an idea about the total number of rows, then you can fetch using the offset and limit combination. Okay, you combine offset and limit and you fetch what you need to fetch. All right. So I think we will not proceed to aggregate functions today. We shall keep it for the next session, because now for those of you who are working on Mac, and have installed Postgres on MacBook and are unable to set the binary path to import files. Okay, I will just give you the information on how to import. Remember, when we were working with Postgres on Windows, there was one table. When I was talking about bulk insert, I had created a table with the name customer, and this was the structure of the table. So I'm going to create it now. I have I'm creating a table with the name customer with so-and-so structure. The creation is successful. When I refresh it, you can see customer as one of the tables. Okay, now to put data into the customer table, I wouldn't want to write any insert commands because I have data in a CSV file. Okay, customer data is present in a CSV file, and we have about 700 odd records in that file. We just need to import data from the CSV file into Postgres. Okay, we need to bring data from this into Postgres. So for that, we generally just right click on the name of the file and select the import export option. Provided you have already created the table and you have given the column list correctly. If you miss some columns, it will not work. Provided you have already created the columns like this. Look at this query, it is creating all the columns. And under options, if you look at the CSV file, the first column was the header. The first row of every column is the heading, the header. From the second row onwards, data starts. So we need to turn on this option, header. Okay, then we can go and choose the file by selecting on this folder icon and then select the file from wherever it is present and then click on open and then click on OK. Once I click on OK, it's going to import. However, it will fail. Initially, it might fail. Why would it fail? If we have not set the binary path, it will fail. So how to set the binary path on MacBook is, you need to go here. Okay, on your home page, where you have the Finder option, you need to go and access computer. Go and access computer. And then you will find library in there. There is a folder called as library. Okay, let me keep it as icons. So Mac library. Okay, when you go into library, you will find PostgreSQL. Because you have installed it, you should find it there. When you double click on PostgreSQL, it is 15 version. Then again double click on it, you will find bin. Again double click on bin and enter into the bin. On Windows machine, what happens? We copy the path. By clicking there on the address bar, we copy the path and we paste it in Postgre. Here, you need to again identify that file which has Postgres written on it. So there are a lot of files, okay? We have something called as Postgres. You need to open that. Once you open that, there is a notepad that will come up and you need to copy the binary path from here up to the word bin. You don't have to copy the slash mark after the bin and Postgres, not necessary. So this is what you have to copy. /library/PostgreSQL/15/bin. After you copy the path from here, you can close this. Now you go to your pgadmin tool and then click on pgadmin 4. On Windows machine, you go to the file menu. Here you need to go to that pgadmin 4 option and the first option there is preferences. Click on preferences and then scroll down to the binary path option. Over here, you scroll down again and go to Postgres 15. Here you paste that path. Look at the path, this one. /library/PostgreSQL/15/bin. Here you paste the path. After pasting the path over here, you click on this validate button. When you click on the validate button, it is going to validate the binary path. If there are any errors, it will throw the error here. Mostly it will not give any error. It will validate properly. As long as you have fetched the correct path, it will work. After this, you can save your connection, the binary path, and close it. Once you have set the binary path, now when you import the data, provided you have created the table with a proper structure, you have not missed out any columns, you have turned on the header option, okay? You can choose the path of the file, select the file by going to this folder icon. Once the path is set up, you click on OK. Now you see, it imported the data. If I do a select star from customer, you can see all the data fetched. 793 rows have been fetched because all of those records were inserted. Okay, and you can see that they got fetched. So this is how we work on MacBook. This is how we set the binary path on MacBook. Is it clear? I hope it's clear to all of you. MySQL Workbench is giving a problem. You can work with Postgres, no problem. What problem is it giving? Are the commands not working there? See, there are some tool-specific changes that happen to the commands, Nilesh. That is one point you all need to remember. When you're working on MySQL, for example, if you use this keyword serial, it will not work there. On MySQL, you have to give int, then you have to use a keyword called as auto increment. So, though most of the features are common in all the RDBMS tools, though most of the features are common, there will be some tool-specific syntax changes that you have to keep in mind. Okay, Nilesh. So like this, few problems will come. If I run this query, it will throw an error in Postgres. But if I run this query on MySQL server, it will work. Okay, so yeah, you can shift to Postgre if you want, or you can continue on MySQL, but just keep referring to the documentation so that whatever syntax specific changes are there, you can check them. Asset properties, if time permits, I will cover asset properties, Vishal. I'm not 100% sure. This is more hands-on oriented session. So it will be more hands-on oriented. Okay. SQL case statement, we'll take it up. Manpreet, we'll take it up. All right. I hope I have answered all the questions, and I hope everything discussed today was clear. So there is one question here, how to get the youngest employee with the highest salary. Try it out. Samiraja, try it out from your side once, then we'll see. Okay, just give it a try, okay? If you're not getting it, I will tell you. All right, thank you all so much for attending the session. It's an encouragement. It's really an encouragement that you people are attending it. That means you're liking it. That is why you're coming back and attending the training. Thank you so much for that. I would like to thank each and every one of you personally. And please do like the videos. And if you have not yet subscribed, I request you all to subscribe. It would be a huge motivation. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. See you after the weekend. Bye-bye. Divya, it's okay. You may have to restart your machine. It happens sometimes, Divya. Could restart your machine and check. Thank you.